Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to continue with part 2 of my stories of how 4 ordinary female investors made millions of dollars with their self-directed investment in the stock market. I am going to attach the link below for part 1 in case you missed it. Before we start, let's give me a like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. The second story is about how Scheiber turned $5,000 into $22 million and donated her entire asset to the University of Scheiber College for Women and the Albert Einstein School of Medicine. Scheiber was born in 1893 in Brooklyn, New York. She had 9 siblings, but however, she had few close family members or friends. She was never married or had any children. She lived a frugal life in a rent-controlled apartment and wore the same coat and hat repeatedly. And graduated from law school but never practiced law. She was hired as an auditor at the IRS but never earned a high income or got a promotion. However, while she was working as an auditor, auditing tax returns, she uncovered the secret to wealth, which was investing in the stock market. In 1932, at the age of 38, Scheiber entrusted her life savings to a Wall Street broker, which he lost everything. She was devastated, but what happened didn't deter her from investing in the stock market. Instead, it taught her not to rely on anyone but herself. 12 years after Anne had lost most of her life savings to the stockbroker, at age 50, when she retired, she was ready to make her self-directed investment in the stock market. She invested her entire retirement lump sum of $5,000, which is worth $71,000 today, into the stock market, and she spent the next 50 years actively investing in the stock market. She ended up owning over 100 solid blue chip stocks. And most importantly, she reinvested all of her dividends periodically. Slowly but surely, by the time she died, she managed to accumulate a net worth of $22 million. The amazing part of Ms. Scheiber's story is how an ordinary female who worked a 9-to-5 job without a promotion was able to amass a multi-generational level of wealth that changed her life and benefits the life of others. Her story has taught us about generating wealth is about picking the solid productive assets that will do the heavy lifting for us to keep generating passive income for the generations to come. It is also about building a sound financial plan so that a single disaster is not going to wipe us out, and identifying risk and minimizing them as much as possible. Let's break down what Anne Scheiber did to grow her money from $5,000 to $22 million. First reason to her success is she enjoyed doing her own investment research, and she also had the knowledge to do so. After her retirement, she dedicated all of her waking hours in analyzing, researching, and studying companies' balance sheets before making any investment decisions. In her case, her dedication paid off with a jaw-dropping return of $22 million, which is a 439,900% increase from her original investment of $5,000. Second reason to her success is she purchased solid, productive assets that she understood. She utilized her analytical skills, searching for dividends-paying solid blue-chip companies, reading companies' annual reports, analyzing income statements and balance sheets before investing her money into any businesses. Her portfolio included businesses that we are still familiar with nowadays, like ExxonMobil, Pepsi, and Coca-Cola. Solid productive assets are solid blue chip stocks that keep producing more value year after year. These are the assets that keep reinvesting their profit back into their companies to grow more value repeatedly. The third reason to her success is she picked the right tool to build her wealth. What I mean by that is, if she were to put $5,000 in a savings account for 50 years instead, in a savings account she would have gotten about $15,000 only when compared to her return of $22 million, which is a 439,900% increase from her original investment. The fourth reason to her success is the power of long-term investment in the stock market. Meaning the more time you have in the stock market, the power of compounding, stock price appreciation, and dividend reinvestment all work together in your favor. In Ms. Scheiber's case, she got 50 years invested in the stock with her willingness to invest her dividends back into her portfolio and her consistency in adding to her diversified portfolio of over 100 companies, speed up her compound annual growth rate and reduce the risk of investing only in a few major companies and made her richer. The fifth reason to her success is she applied asset allocation in her investment. When Ann Scheiber died, she had 60% of her wealth invested in stocks, 30% in bonds, and 10% in cash. The basic concept of asset allocation is not to put all eggs in one basket. It is prudent for amateur investors to keep their money divided between different types of assets like stocks, bonds, and cash. The concept behind this theory is that regardless of what the market is doing and whatever happens, it won't bankrupt you with a catastrophic downturn. The sixth reason to her success is her unfailing discipline. She didn't outsmart the market by frequently trading or timing the market. She just simply invested all of her dividends periodically whenever she received them. During her 50 years of investment period, she had experienced over 10 recessions, many more corrections, wars, and difficult economic times. The fact is that I don't know many people who would have been so disciplined not to cash out their investment during the difficult times. Her supreme discipline paid her an unimaginable amount of return. The seventh reason to her success is she understood her ultimate goal. Her desire to donate her entire wealth to enable financially challenged female students to attend college kept her focus on the end result. It pained me to see how Ann Scheiber lived such a frugal life and donated her entire wealth for the great cause. It shows how selfless she was. She was very generous, and what she did was very noble. Regardless, there's so much more we can learn from her to be a better investor. The basic concept is to buy productive assets, reinvest the dividends, and hold on to your assets for the long haul. Hopefully this story will inspire you to change the way you invest. Please share this story with your friends, like and subscribe to my channel. Until then, we will see you next time. Thank you for watching.